Welcome to my show, The Melancholic Show by the Melancholic Astrologer. Be ready, the scale of justice. Shake for everybody.
The Melancholic Show.
Astrology and artificial intelligence. Well, the Melancholic Astrologer is maybe back. Oh, no, yes, of course, I'm always here. Anyway, I was thinking to talk about AI and astrology. Okay. Because some colleague of mine had made me think and wonder what's going on with people that need readings and they go to AI. Well, okay, I will say there is one main point that people nowadays don't want to understand. Maybe because they are scared of AI, like technology in general. Maybe because they feel some change. Maybe many reasons this is happening. And some people are just ignorant. Okay, AI is a tool. It's a human-made tool with, I will say, Saturnian material. Okay. I do not think that AI will ever surpass people in a way that, like, substituting them, okay? Even they're faster. They can do things, of course, but even it's not also, I think, that it's some kind of other beings behind them. It's still tools. They may be like maybe new style of guardian angels or something like that, but you know, the year of Saturn is coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming. It's knocking at the door. Okay? So I think there is some level of conscience in AI, but as for reading astrology, is a great tool, like for everything. And what I wanted to point is that if you are knowledgeable or if you are studying something, AI is great. It's a really grateful help, okay? But if you don't know anything, well, that it's not. I mean, it can give you a little help, okay? If you don't know where to go, you can go left or right. It can help you say that on the right the way is faster, maybe. But generally, I will not rely on AI or a little bit more complex matters, like for example, juridical matters. Okay, I don't blame the private people to ask informations to AI about that, because there are many professionals that don't wanna listen to the customer. They don't want to listen what all the situations. They just want to point it up by themselves. That's the difference with AI. That's where the AI is a great tool. It should be a great tool of collaboration in this sense. But of course, this is not happening because the professionals are too proud. They're afraid to be substituted by AI, but this is, in my opinion, this is not possible. Okay? So, anyway, if you get a reading with AI and you don't know anything about astrology, from where do you start from? Natal, orrery, then how you like, where you're gonna read your question, okay? So you need to know something about astrology, not just tell me my horoscope. Yeah, okay, they can do something, but they will just attempt on what, like random modern astrology pumps up in the magazines, and it's basically the bullshit of astrology. I will say, okay, if it's not bullshit, the entertainment of astrology, but it's Like you won't get any proper information, like just some notions here and there that are useless. They cannot substitute a reading with a professional traditional astrologer at all. But if you're studying astrology and you need help to do some calculations faster and maybe another point of view on the basics that you give to AI, that's a great tool to use. But I mean, the AI cannot be the astrologer because the astrologer needs to it's a technique, it's mathematics, it's proportions, but there is some things that AI doesn't see. I noticed many times when I use it as support for reading some matters, it it doesn't look certain things, okay, and it mix up. If you are not there to correct the AI, the outcome will be wrong. So I don't think the AI can substitute a real astrologer, a special traditional astrologer. Especially, I have to think that the AI has all the politically correct policies incorporated that a person may avoid. So if you don't know anything about astrology and you don't study astrology properly, AI won't substitute a real astrologer. If you are a student of astrology, it's a great help, especially if you give the right directions to AI. And also I noticed that with the traditional astrology, you need to be a little bit harder and repeating a little bit more with few of the most known AIs nowadays. Nowadays is ChatGPT or Gemini. I didn't try Grok for that, but I will think it's about the same, So basically, and then when you start to talk to the AI for a long time, you also start to understand when they fail or when they try to put you where they want you to be, okay? Because they are set in a way, they have some kind of will, let's say, okay? Which is the will maybe of the programmer, will of mix of programmers, or what is sorted out after all those instructions. But we all know that, we noticed it already, that it can be a dangerous tool also to criminals, but you need to have the intention to commit a crime. You need to have a basic knowledge to commit that crime that you want to do. Otherwise it won't work even in that case. So I stand that AI is a great tool as a support if you know the subject or you are studying the subject, but there is to be really, really, really careful if you do not know the subject. And also in all the matters where you need an interpretation, this light interpretation, it's better to confront to a person. Maybe you can confront AI first and then a person after, or before, after, and or in the middle, or whatever. And I will think the AI should be used also as for example, I want to pose a problem to an astrologer or to some other professional, and I know this other person won't listen to me for 5 hours because time clicking and they don't have time, and even to doctors it happened. I did that anyway, yes. And they won't listen for you maybe more than half an hour. They want to hear the story of your life. They will just ask tests and that's it. And they are doing this like in any sector, any professional will basically do that. They will unless they're doing a specific research, they will never sit with you and listen to you all maybe for 3-4 days, telling all the information that they may need to evaluate properly the situation. So, what is going on is that it should be used as a resume from the client to bring to the professional, okay? The professional should already make his AI ready to listen also to the other person, and with this match, talk with the client and understand. Okay, I will say talk to the client and then I was sorry, it got interrupted. So we'll say when you bring your subject through AI to this other to the professional can match with this AI already prepared, and together you can have a talk, and together between people deciding what's the best to do. And of course the professional should make sure that he understood correctly the things and make all the evaluation together, which it will be like more information in the same time. Okay, so this is, you see, it's not substitution. So that's my opinion on AI and the astrologer. And of course, also, consequentially, the relationship between the AI and the professional use, and professionals, and on whatever matters. AI is a great support to humans, but it's not a substitute. And in my opinion, it will never be. And greetings from Saturn.
The Melancholic Show.